Welcome to using MyMaps. So whatever kind of phone you've got, we want to launch a browser. It could be Chrome, Safari, whatever. Doesn't matter. But what you need to do is go to mymaps.google.com. Probably somewhere you haven't been before, but who knows? And likely you'll have to log in, so you can do that with a personal Gmail account or your TDSB student account. I'm going to put in my TDSB email. I'll keep some of that to myself. And if you use a TDSB account, you will have to briefly log into AW. That's just the way it works here. So put in your student number and of course your password. And that's all you really need to do. Now, Google wants to put us into Google Maps instead for some reason, not sure. So if this happens to you, close it, and we want to launch the browser again, and we'll just have to retype that. There we go, pops up. And now we're in My Maps. That's perfect. Now, likely you don't have any maps in here, but maybe you do. Regardless, we're going to make a new one. So tap that red plus button in the corner. There it is. And if you get this location message, yes, allow location, because we want to see ourselves on the map. That's going to be helpful. You can see that little dot moving around. That's us. But let's zoom in so we can see it a bit better. Not the greatest color to use. Now, because we're looking for trees, let's turn on the trees. That'll help us make sure we're selecting the right one. So tap on the legend button and tap on base map and make the second selection. That's the satellite view. And while we're here, let's clear out untitled map, so tap that and change that to tree tour. That way I'll always know what this map is about. And we can tap save. And just tap the map on the right to get rid of the sidebar. There we go. Now let's zoom in a little bit more because our location dot is really kind of invisible. There it is. Now you notice it dances around a little bit, and that's totally normal for a phone GPS. So we're just going to use it as a rough guide to where we are. You may need to count the trees in real life and then count the trees on the map and make sure you're kind of in the right spot. But I think that's the tree that we're at right now, kind of in the middle. Now, taking a look at my resource materials, I need to make sure that I'm selecting this tree for the right reasons. Tap the place mark button up by the hand. And I'm going to tap right on the tree that I want. I'm going to kind of ignore my little location marker. There we go. And we should be able to slide this down so we can see everything. There we go. And let's change point 1 to tree 1. If you're an urban forestry student, you can put in the name of the species of the tree that you found. Now, if you're working by yourself, you can tap in the text box and you can type in the reason why you've chosen the tree as opposed to writing it on the worksheet. But either way is great. Also, if you're working by yourself, if you slide the whole thing over, you'll see the little camera icon appear, and you can take a photo right in My Maps. Not the greatest choice, but we can see what it looks like. Now you need to tap on select a file, and then take photo. Turns on the camera, and remember we want to take 2 pictures, a long shot and a close-up. I'll start with my close-up. Again, showing why I picked this particular tree, and take a picture. Great, and if you like what you see, tap use photo. And if you're connected to a network, it's going to upload the photo, which is pretty handy. And at this point, we could even take a second photo. You see there's a little plus button there, but we'll tap save. And if you did want to take another photo, you can tap the camera and that'll do it again. Now, Google Maps does a weird thing. If you take your picture in portrait mode, it turns it. So I should have taken my picture with my camera held sideways in landscape, and then it would have worked better. but we'll live with that. Now I can take a look at my resource sheets and go look for another tree that matches the role that I'm doing.